Hello and welcome to CryptoWeeklies. Today we analyze Immutable X and its ticker IMX. None of the content is financial advice. Right now the price of IMX is at around 52 cents, slightly above 52 cents. The price has come close to the simple moving average based resistance. The 20-week simple moving average is at around 56 cents. The 21-week exponential moving average is at around 61 cents, and the 50-week simple moving average is at 79 cents. So essentially price is below all of these three major area of resistances, but there has been a bounce of the lows. You can check it out over here. Since from October 10-11, the price grew from 48 cents to 53 cents. It has led the last 24 hours rally up by about 4.5%. over the last 7 days as well, up by about 3.5%. These charts are available on CryptoWeeklies.com, link on the bottom of your screen. This chart that we saw was of the heat map. And then we'll also look at some of the popular narratives in our narrative word cloud over here. The major narratives again still related to Bitcoin, and the bullishness is still back, but there are some bearish clouds hanging here and there. This is the last 7 days worth of crypto related narratives on social media platforms. Again, Bitcoin, ETH, some of the larger cryptos are still garnering a lot of attention. Altcoins as a narrative is slowly heating up, but not quite there yet. Over the last 24 hours, if you were to look at the crypto TLDR news summarizer of the last 24 hours, most of the news are bullish, some bearish, but overall the polarity of the overall sentiment score is 83, that is out of 100. 83 bullish, 17 bearish. You can check out each of these narrative, what they are. Again, these are classified using and bucketed using the machine learning model trained on bird based crypto specific models. All of these models are developed by me personally and hosted on this website CryptoWeeklies.com. Get updated every day on these base case, bull case scenarios for some of the major cryptos. Again, they're available in the banner, and the rest are available under this estimated bull target section. So for example, over here for IMX, if everything lines up perfectly, right now the base peak established as a confluence of all the three risk based model. Again, this is not machine learning or AI based summary. This is risk reward analysis. The regression risk is 55, time weighted average price risk is essentially rounded off to 0. SMA or simple moving average risk is 0.4, adjusted risk is 0.35. Base peak forecasted for 2025 per these risk models is 87 cents. The bull case or the 2 standard deviation euphoria peak for IMX per this model is at around $1.50, just rounding it off. And the moon case or the 3 standard deviation stretch peak established is using $2 is at around $2.17. This is again using these 3 models. You can check out how this model mix is used in terms of calculating the average weighted risk and adjusted weighted risk. Again, if the moon case were to pan out, that's about a 4x of the current price. If the bull case were to pan out, it's 2.7x of the current price. And if the base case were to pan out, it's 1.6x of the current price. If we were to go ahead and check what the individual machine learning based models say, the non-euphoria bull run peak for, again at a weekly average for IMX, is at around 75 cents with a 10 to 20% tolerance for the candle bodies. That comes out close to that 87 cents peak forecasted by the risk models. Again, you can check for example over here March 17, 2024, the weekly average for that week was $3.27, whereas the peak for March 17th, week of March 17th, over here was $3.75. So about 50 cents higher than the weekly average. Again, prices unfortunately are in a severe downturn for IMX. If there is a breakout to the upside, in a euphoria fashion, the 2 standard deviation bull run peak for IMX is at around weekly average at around $1.30. Keeping that 10-20% tolerance, it goes close to that $1.44 risk based model. So there is a confluence between the machine learning models and the regression or risk based model. The 3 standard deviation, again, blow off top case does not materialize for again, or does not stay balanced for more than a couple of week or so. That case is for towards the end of year at around $2.32 for IMX. That's the 99.7 percentile peak forecasted using these machine learning based model. Again, if the rally stretches out into the late January, early February 2026, then the ceiling is at close to at $4 level, where again the price was very close in March, April 2024. So that's the machine learning side of things. The regression based fair value for IMX is at around 42 cents. That means price is above the fair value with the current price 52 cents level. If it were to go to that intermediate peak, the orange line is currently peaking at around 87 cents, kind of confluent with that risk based models as well. The max ceiling at this point is at around $1.25. The 3 standard deviation upper bound drawn from the regression based fair value. So these are again some of the individual models related to IMX. As mentioned, the time weighted average price risk is rounded off to 0 because the price is below the time weighted average price, which is not a good sign for a crypto to spend so much of a time below below this blue line, and only to pop back up sometime in the euphoria phases of the market cycle or the asset cycle of the asset class, like it did back in December 2023, and for brief period of the first half of 2024, IMX was in this bullish territory. Again, these model did identify a severe overvaluation for IMX back in mid to late March 2024. So this is the time weighted average price analysis for IMX. The DCA, or the regression based risk model, again, just that we saw on the weekly level, this is at a daily level. This model, if we were to look at some of the price points which are somewhat of a concern, again the price does go slightly higher than this dotted red line, but about 10-20% tolerance over here. 71 cents is the key area to check. If there is a breakout of that level, then again that 87 cents could be materialized for this model. The 20-week simple moving average price risk is fairly low. If it were to go to back between 0.5 and 0.6, the price at that point forecasted close to that euphoria peak of about $1.50 for IMX. All in all, again, as it stands, most area of confluence with respect to IMX is at around 87 cents. If there is a bullish seasonality in November, December 2025, again 2 more months left and a week over here in October, but the prices are still in a downturn for most of the cryptos, especially as they stand over the last month or so. So the key area to look, if there is a breakout from here with these moving average behind us, the 56 cents, the 61 cents and the 79 cents behind us, then the target, the base case target, the conservative one, is at around 87 to 90 cents. The second area is between $1.25 and $1.50. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.